Today, I'm going to share a story with you. A story from the old country. Long ago, in a faraway village, perhaps in the extreme northern county of Fermanagh, though who can say for sure when the Irish are involved, or the ancient Celts, as they were natural storytellers and tended to stretch the truth a little bit. A farmer, a sod farmer, was walking home after a long day of tending to his fields. As he walked along the dusty path, he came across a snake freezing to death in the cold evening air. Now, of course, this was long before Patrick the Saint had brought all the snakes out of the old country, Ireland, Erin. But really, this snake was an older form of snake. It was a dragon. And this dragon was freezing to death in the cold evening air. And that is how this sod farmer came across this old snake. The piteous snake pleaded with the farmer, begging to be let into his warm stomach, where it could curl up cozily and rest until it had regained its strength. The farmer thought himself a kind man, so he let the snake slide into his mouth and down into his stomach. Once inside, the snake quickly regained its strength. But when the farmer asked the snake to leave, it refused. Terrified, the farmer sought the counsel of a wise heron. The heron listened quietly. It too fashioned itself a kind creature. It agreed to help him. It slid its long, slender beak down the farmer's throat and deftly pulled the snake out, dashing it against the ground before it could strike. The farmer was grateful for the heron's help, but he couldn't shake the fear. Something still felt off. Perhaps the treacherous snake had left venom in his stomach. The heron knew much of poisons. It advised the farmer to consume white meat, which would strengthen his constitution and cure him of any foulness that yet lingered in his stomach. As the farmer considered the heron's advice, he realized the heron itself was made of white meat. He seized the heron, stuffed it into a yucca sack, and headed home. A potato sack. When the farmer arrived home, he recounted the day's events to his wife. His wife was a kind woman, and she was disheartened that her husband had betrayed the heron. She decided she would set the heron free. But as she opened the bag to release the frantic bird, it gouged out her eyes with its talons before flying away into the night. Now, dear esteemed, honorable, notable, and noble viewer, perhaps you're wondering, just what is this all about? Just what is this story? What is the moral? What is the meaning? What is the import? What is the purport to this tale from the old country? Whenever you see water flowing uphill, someone is repaying a kindness. The moral of the snake, the farmer, and the heron is that water does not flow uphill. It means that kindness flows onwards. Yes, it flows onwards, perhaps helping someone else further downstream, but rarely coming back up the river. We can give kindness, we can pay it forward, but we shouldn't expect to be paid back. That is right. The more that you lessen your own sense of self-importance, the more you diminish the sense of I, of expectation, of entitlement, the more you allow Spirit, the divine Spirit, to take care of you. Because the Holy Spirit, God's Spirit, the golden source connected awareness will provide. So, from the perspective of the little ego, the little I that tabulates and keeps track of everything, this is very important. The more you diminish that little I, that little ego, the more Spirit fills you and the more power true power that you have in this world. Now, there's truth in the fact that the heron is kind to the man, but the man traps him. The wife tries to free the frantic heron, but it hurts her. Maybe there's truth in that. Perhaps you lend a friend some money, but all they do is ask for more. Perhaps you're polite to a man in the park, but he grows bolder and he follows you. Follows you home. Perhaps you take a starving dog off the street, hoping to nurture it back to health. But a life of hardship has made it fearful and it bites you. Kindness does not always beget kindness. And it is in a mad world that we live in, folks, this mad world that we live in, it is best to be as wise as a serpent and harmless as the dove. And that was a little Freudian slip. But anyway, hit the subscribe button. Leave this video a thumbs up, as it has been an information dissemination broadcast from the Umbanda New Earth Ashram for compassion, strength, and water flowing, equanimity, and with calmness and with wisdom. Namaste, namaskaram.